I'm sure he meant to say you didn't know very much. I'm sure that's the words he meant to say. Craig, as we know, was Mark's apprentice. What a lot of folk don't know about Craig is about to be told to you now. Craig once went to the bank manager and he said to the bank manager, he said, I've come and I'm looking for a loan. And the bank manager said, what do you want a loan for? And Craig said, I want to open a cheese shop. And the bank manager said, a cheese shop? He says, where are you thinking about opening that cheese shop? And Craig said, Cheddar Gorge. And the bank manager said, Cheddar Gorge, that's a very famous area for cheese. That should go down very well. What are you thinking about calling it? And Craig said, I was thinking about calling it the Cheddar Gorge Cheese Shop. And the bank manager said, that's not very exciting, that'll not work. You need to get someone more exciting. I'm not giving you a loan, forget it. So Craig went away a bit disappointed, but he went back the next day because he persevered, does Craig. And he said to the bank manager, he says, I'm looking for a bank loan. And the manager said, what for? He says, open a cheese shop. He says, a cheese, where about? He said, Wensleydale. He said, Wensleydale, that's a very famous area for cheese. He says, what are you thinking about calling it? He says, I was thinking about calling it the Wensleydale Cheese Shop. And the bank manager said, the Cheddar Gorge Cheese Shop, the Wensleydale Cheese Shop. He says, no, he says, that's rubbish, these names, that'll never work. He says, go away you go, you're not getting a loan. But Craig went back. And he said to the bank manager, he says, I'm looking for a loan, a bank loan. He says, what for? He says, open a cheese shop. He says, a cheese shop? He says, where about? He says, Palestine. And he said, Palestine? He says, what are you going to call the cheese shop? He says, oh, Jesus of Nazareth. Your other best man, Andy, I think is going to say a few words and toast the bridesmaids. Andy.
Hail, hail, the D's are here. What the hell do we care now? 'Cause it's...
Afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Mr. and Mrs. MacGregor, I'd like to thank you all for coming today. At today's wedding, we've got people from all over Scotland, other parts of the UK. We've got Billy Thompson and his wife Rachel, and Stevie Gibson and his partner Carmen are come over from Spain. And believe it or not, we've got two lads who have travelled over 5,000 miles from Shanghai in China and Ulsan in South Korea to be at the wedding today. Now, due to the effort we've made and the fact I've never been to Scotland before, I was going to say welcome to Scotland. But I've decided, I think it's only fair that we give them a big, warm-hearted welcome to Scotland. Okay? So, if we can start with Chen, where's Chen? Okay, that's Chen there. Now, if you greet somebody from China, okay, the expression is ni hao. Hang on. Right? So we're going to say after three, ni hao Chen. Ni hao Chen. Ni hao Chen.
After three.
Okay, sorry, after three. 1, 2, 3. Ni hao Chen. Okay.
Ni hao, everyone.
Now the other lad's from South Korea, and his name's Young Jun Park. So that's young, like me. June, as in Terry and June. And Park, as in dense park. Right? The fear of the dreams. Okay? So, to greet somebody in South Korea, you would say, An as in and. Yash, like Tash, but Yash. And Eo, so it's Anyashio. Okay, so we can say them again after 3, and we can say 1, 2, 3, Anyashio, Young June Park. 1, 2, 3, Anyashio, Young June Park. Now we hope the two lads have a fantastic time in Scotland, and you go home singing the praises of Scotland and its people. And by the way, if there's any single females here, both the lads are multi-millionaires. They're single and ready to mingle. And after the introductions, they're both only 20 quid. Right, Mark MacGregor. Here we go. Me and Mark have been mates for 30 odd years, since he came up to me all these years ago and asked if he could be my pal. I asked him, what team do you support? He says, Dundee FC. At that point, excuse me, what's speaking? Alright, I'm only joking, speak if you want. At that point, he says, we're already mates and we will be for life. Anyway, our love affair with the D's had what our Scotland. Singing, dancing, getting drunk, and getting lifted. Well, he sung and danced and got drunk, and I got lifted. I kept saying to myself, how come I get lifted and he's not? Not that I wanted to make get lifted, but it was summed up perfectly one day when we were through in Edinburgh. There'd been a bit of fighting with the Dundee and Hearts fans. And then mine turning to Mark and saying, see if the police appear, hope we could outrun them. Mark says, see if the police appear, hope we could outrun you. Sure, he's a like selfish bastard. Now, about a year ago, myself and Mark were playing tennis. Believe it or not. Now, I didn't really play tennis, but Mark was beating all the boys in South Korea. And I think he was joking about me. So away we went, right? After half an hour, Mark's won the first set 6-4. But I've got the feeling I'm getting on top. So we start the second set. And I've got him running about all of this shot. Baseline, net, baseline, net. I've got him running about like Willow Flood trying to get the bar for Dundee. So finally I've won the second set 7-5. And he's absolutely breathing out his arse. So I'm looking forward to the third set. Put him in his misery. But before we get started, I just hear the wee whimper fly across the net. El need to retire. I says, what? She says, El need to retire. I says, what, for tennis? Yeah, I'm good, but no, I'm not going to. So anyway, he says, no, I'll need to retire for this match. And then he marks up some shite about an operation he got about 9 years ago. That was getting on jip. So we agree to end it there, but we both can have annihilated them 1-all. So as we're getting back to the car, he says to us, can I show you something, mate? I says, what is that? He says, can I show you my ring? I says, you get away and shite. I says, we might be pals, we're not that pals. He says, no. I says, okay, well, once you're a doctor like everybody else. He says, no, that ring. He says, this ring. Well, I've panicked even more, because I think he's what I proposed to me. So anyhow, I kind of impressed him at the tennis, but I was thinking, that's a bit extreme. Anyway, he went like that. I was absolutely delighted when he announced he was about to ask Amanda to marry him. I says, that's brilliant, mate. Let us know how you got on. A few days later, the phone goes, Smart. Well, mate, I proposed. Brilliant, mate. What did she say? Well, she says, loose floor, stay fatty, and I'll think about it. I says, well, at least she's never said no. Well, that's when Operation Forstein kicked in. For those that have hardly heard me, it's Operation Forstein. He wasn't allowed to get circumcised. So anyway, Mark's back in South Korea, and as part of the weight loss program, he's played tennis 3 nights a week and he's working to and from work every day. Now you think the weight would drop off him, but the problem was he was playing tennis against Stuart Cox, was a Dundee United fan. And Stuart's about as good at tennis as his team are at football. Absolute pish. So anyway, Mark, when he gets back to Dundee, he keeps working, he's working here, there and everywhere. He's actually working that much about on his own, the neighbours think he's got Alzheimer's. Anyway, the next time he's back in Dundee, I says, how's the working going? No bad, mate, but it could be a bit lonely. I says, how do you make yourself a wee dog? Yeah, a wee working companion. Nah, I couldn't do that, mate. I says, right enough. The dog's for life, not just Christmas and diet. He says, nah, what it is, Andy, he says, when I go for work, I often stop at the supermarket, the shops, get some messages on the way in. He says, I couldn't let the dog outside, I might run away. He says, well, how do you know to start the dog in the supermarket and carry on your blind? And that's your guide dog. He says, yeah, right, Andy. What happens when the security guard comes out and says, that's not a guide dog, that's a chihuahua? I says, well, just bend down and feel it and say, oh, is that what they've given us? I says, you'll get away with it. I'll not be the first dog you've been away with. Present company excluded, by the way. Present company excluded. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's fair to say, when Mark proposed to Amanda, he was about to Cesare Pavarotti, the Italian tenor. A year later, he's like the side of a Scottish fella. So fair play to Mark for losing all the weight. But by the way, he only lost 3.5 stone.
What?
No, 3.5. That was 3.5. Amanda's letting him off with half a stone because she loves him. Right? But if he goes 1 ounce or 15 stone,
Must have been as well, is it?
it would be, that would be probably right. But anyway, if he goes over 1 ounce or 15 stone, it's in the pre-nuptial that Amanda can start divorce proceedings. Okay, so you've been warned. Be like Weight Watchers every Friday. Anyway, on great occasions like this, folks, I'd like to remind people that people can't be here for one reason or another, right? So I'd just like to take this opportunity for everyone to raise a toast to absent friends. So if you'd all like to be upstanding and raise your glasses, here's to absent friends.
Absent friends.
Now, on that note, there's a guy that's not here today I'd like to pay special attention to. Many in this room will know and love why he is. This person holds a special place in the hearts of myself, Mark, Stevie Kennedy, and countless others. This man is well known throughout Dundee by the followers of the famous Dark Blues, and would certainly bring a smile to the face of anyone of that persuasion. I could go on and wax lyrical about this guy all day, but without further ado, can you all be upstanding, as you are, and raise the glass again to the one and only Mixu Patalina. I'm going to say that, Mixu Patalina. Hey, what's wrong, Mixu? You're looking kind of down to me. The SBL is over. Listen to what I say. Dundee United is down. Dundee United is down. Okay. Willie Riley, if you're listening, I hope you'll let us after that in. We'll raise a glass to you later when the whiskey is out. Right, folks, I would finally like to wish Mark and Amanda all the luck in the world, now that they've decided to become husband and wife. As far as I'm concerned, Mark MacGregor is a wonderful individual and someone I'm proud to call my mate. And if you take into consideration that he's met another wonderful individual in Amanda, then it's scary to think how great a couple they're going to be. So from the bottom of my heart, I wish you both all the very best for the future, and would just like you both to know, no matter what, I'll always be there for you in times of need. Now all that remains for me to say, I'd like everybody to be upstanding once more and raise a glass and toast the bride and groom.
Bride and groom.
The bride and groom.
The bride and groom. Mantis.
That's all for me, folks. Thanks very much. Cheers. Thanks.